After taking a short but refreshing break at Humde, I laced up my boots once again and continued my journey towards the beautiful village of Bhraka. The trail unfolded like the pages of an old adventure book, revealing one breathtaking scene after another. Just when I thought I had already seen the best of Manang, nature pulled another ace from its sleeve. Spread across a vast plain at the foot of an endless stretch of rugged Himalayan mountains lay an enormous apple orchard. Against the backdrop of barren, wind-carved cliffs, the lush green orchard looked like a priceless emerald stitched into a brown canvas. It was a feast for the eyes and a sight that instantly lifted my spirits. I later learned that this was not a naturally growing forest of apple trees but a community managed apple farm lovingly nurtured by the local people. It immediately reminded me of the famous community apple orchard at Bhratang that I had visited the previous day while trekking from Same to Upper Pisang. Once again, I found myself witnessing how the resilient people of the Himalayas have turned an unforgiving landscape into a source of livelihood. As luck would have it, I spotted a local man selling freshly harvested apples right beside the orchard. The temptation was simply too hard to resist. After all, when in apple country, do as the locals do. I bought 500 grams of apples, 6 beautiful fruits, for just NPR 50. It felt like striking gold. The very first bite told me everything I needed to know. The apples were unbelievably fresh, bursting with juice, delightfully crunchy, and naturally sweet. Every bite was crisp enough to echo in the silent valley. After spending hours on the trail with a backpack on my shoulders, these apples tasted like nature's own energy drink. They were exactly what the doctor ordered. My tired legs found new strength, my dry throat was soothed, and my body seemed to come back to life. Sometimes the simplest things become the greatest luxuries when you are trekking in the Himalayas. Standing there, surrounded by towering peaks, with a fresh Himalayan apple in my hand and cool mountain air filling my lungs, I couldn't help but smile. Moments like these are the reason I travel. They cannot be bought, manufactured, or recreated. They simply have to be lived. With renewed energy, I hit the trail once again, munching on my apples as I made my way towards Bhraka. The journey itself was every bit as rewarding as the destination. Soon the trail led me once more to the mighty Marsyang River. This time I had to cross it over a modest wooden bridge that connected two rocky mountains separated by the river's brilliant turquoise water. The Marsyandi looked completely different here. As I gained altitude, the river had transformed into a far more energetic force of nature. Its current rushed downstream with tremendous power, roaring as if determined to carve its own path through the Himalayas. The icy glacial water simmered under the afternoon sun, creating countless shades of blue and green that seemed almost unreal. Standing on the bridge for a moment, I simply watched the river racing beneath my feet, carrying with it the timeless stories of the mountains. After crossing the bridge, the familiar Himalayan scenery continued to unfold before me. Endless rocky mountains stretched into the horizon, their faces sculpted by centuries of relentless wind, freezing winters, and natural erosion. These were not smooth, gentle mountains. They were raw, rugged, and wonderfully imperfect. Nature was chiseled every ridge, every cliff, and every slope with extraordinary patience. What might appear barren at first glance gradually revealed itself as a masterpiece of geological artistry. The powerful Himalayan winds had painted the landscape with textures and shapes that no human hand could ever imitate. Every step forward offered a new composition worthy of a photograph. As a trekker, I found myself humbled by the sheer scale of these mountains.